have no idea why I'm doing this and why I'm documenting it. It's been 3 days since I found out I had breast cancer, and I don't know what to think.
Everything that happens is motivation.
I'm not in denial. I'm angry and confused, like, why me? A lot of people always tell me how strong I am and not to be self-deprecating. I have never felt as strong as people always call me. But now I feel like I'm in the fight of my life and I have to be strong. So, again, I don't know what this series will be, but I do think a lot of people always tell me they are inspired and comforted by my stories and my testimonies. And this is just going to be another one. Candace has cancer. Let's go.
It's 1 o'clock in the morning. I just woke up on the couch. I had fallen asleep watching TV. And I just had a meltdown. Not even exactly sure why. I don't know. I keep trying to remind myself to give myself grace and to feel my feelings. This shit fucking sucks. Like today was a fairly good day. And then I have moments where I'm just alone. And I can't keep it together. I always said I would never fucking cry on the internet because I can't fathom editing my own tears. And I have a feeling this might change me. Say good morning, Bugs. Yeah. All right. It's Tuesday. I am going in for an MRI today. The mammogram and ultrasound were last Monday. Immediately, I was told with the arm taps and arm rubs, prepare yourself for bad news. Then the next day, I was rushed for an emergency biopsy. Friday, they called and said, stage 2. The MRI today is to determine the exact stage. Based off of the lump alone, it's stage 2. But I also have cancer in a lymph node in my armpit. So that gives me a little bit of anxiety because that's an indicator that it possibly could have metastasized and be moving elsewhere, but I don't know. So today is to help with exact staging. So then when I meet with the oncologist, we can figure out the exact course of treatment. Let me add that I totally thought the lump that I found was a hormonal cyst because of my birth control pill and my endometriosis and things like that. Nope, cancer. Okay, I'm home from my MRI and I had to take out my nose ring. I knew I was going to take it out, so I bought new ones. Yesterday was a good day until it wasn't. I know I'm recording this to post at some point, but I'm someone who's generally very, very active on Instagram in my stories, and I'm already being called out for my posting cadence and that things are different. And I know there are followers that look up to me and admire me for whatever crazy reason, and I feel like at some point I'm gonna have to say something. I'm starting to get messages about, we just hope you get back to your normal self soon. And I know they mean well, but it kind of made me angry because I'm like, what the fuck is soon at this point? Like I'm on this journey and I feel like I'm gonna have to say something at some point. I am also, there's still like just maybe like a handful of people in my village that need to know that I haven't told yet. And it's so exhausting telling the story over and over and fucking over again. Right now I'm more emotionally exhausted than anything. I got my first letter. They sent me a copy. My health insurance sent it to my doctor and they sent me a copy. Basically that they need proof so they can cover my MRI from the other day. American healthcare system is just so fucking trash. But go ahead, charge that shit. Just send me a bill, add it to the pile with the rest of them. Little update. Things have been pretty hard for me emotionally. I'm having a lot of anger that I even have cancer. I feel angry with God. Like, I specifically asked you to take me off of the strong soldier list for 2023 and you pushed me to the front of the fucking line. I have just wanted a little bit of joy. The last 4 years consecutively have whooped my ass. I'm having really bad body issues right now. I understand that my body is trying to fight something, but I don't like the way my body looks right now. I feel like there's nothing I can do about it. I'm grieving what I thought my summer would be. I had to make the decision for myself quickly that I won't be freezing my eggs. I am more focused on treating everything immediately. So my fertility is now on the back burner. I think that's just the best decision for me at this point. I have struggled with pregnancy loss and things before. I have endometriosis, polyps, fibroids. Right now, I just want to be cancer-free. But I have been very sad. I do feel a little bit better. I shared the information with my close friends on Instagram. I have a very well-connected community, and my village has been great thus far. So if there's anything I've gotten out of this, is just feeling completely loved. So I'm sitting in my car. My mom is in town. She's been here since my appointment last week, and this literally is the first time I've had time to myself in almost a week. And I am processing because the results are in and I have to do chemo. So I have what is called triple negative breast cancer. And that probably sounds good, like, oh, you're negative. Triple negative breast cancer is actually very, very aggressive, and is why mine has been moving at the rate that it has. Responds very well to chemo. Chemo fucking sucks. I will have to do chemo for 5 to 6 months every week. Then surgery, then radiation. I truly just thought this was going to just be surgery, cut it out, and move forward with radiation, but that is not the case for me. So that puts a lot of other things into play, like my fertility. And yesterday was Mother's Day, and is when I finally broke down. So me naturally carrying a child is now out of the question. I decided not to freeze my eggs just because I just want my focus on me being here respectfully in this moment, just where I am. Is fuck these kids, and I just want to be here. I do still very much long to be a mother, but motherhood looks differently for so many different people. And I will still be a mommy. I still am a mommy. I just won't get the uncomfortable joy of carrying on myself. But it's crazy how like two things can be true at the same time. Literally within 30 seconds of talking to me, it's in the world of breast cancer and cancer, like I'm so young. And then like literally 3 seconds later, but when it comes to fertility, I'm fucking geriatric. And you know, we could give you something to suppress your ovaries, but at this point you're 38, you probably weren't going to be able to have kids anyway. Respectfully, I almost cussed that doctor out. But I do feel confident in my oncology team. I would be lying if I said I wasn't scared. I still have a lot of testing that I need to do before treatment starts on June 1st. I have to get an echo test for my heart. I have to do a bone test. I have to do other lab work to make sure things are functioning properly. And I have to get a CAT scan of my chest and my abdomen to make sure it has not spread anywhere else. And then further genetic testing to make sure that there are no markers and that I don't have markers for something else. So with triple negative, it can also affect, I think, like your pancreas and potentially like your ovaries. I already have a slew of reproductive issues, from polyps to fibroids to endometriosis. So I did opt for the additional genetic testing to check for everything. I would hate to only focus on this and then a couple years later my check engine light comes on and it's another organ. And so, you know, God forbid if something pops up and it's like, yeah, we see some kind of genetic marker that, you know, it could be, you know, your ovaries as well, I'll just get a hysterectomy. It's a lot to wrap my mind around at this point. I am very wholeheartedly confident that I will beat this, but it's literally just going to be the getting through. And it's all physical and mental toughness right now, so that is what I am trying to focus on. As I continue to learn more about triple negative breast cancer, I do feel an obligation to share with my community and other women of color because it disproportionately affects women of color. So, you know, I do have moments of frustration. It's a lot of anger and frustration right now because everything I have seen about how to prevent this, I was already doing. They're telling me you need to switch to a Mediterranean diet. Bitch, I was already doing that. You know, you should be working out. I was working out 4 days a week. Take vitamin D. I was taking vitamin D. So, you know, it's frustrating in that regard, but then also, I don't want to say comforting, but when it's your time, it's your time. And when it happens for you. So there's still only but so much preventative things that you can do. But, I don't, I don't fucking know, dog. It's just crazy how things come full circle. A memory popped up in my Facebook last week where it was in 2010. I was at the tender age of 25. I was interning with a boutique PR firm, and our client was Mayma Carmo, the founder of the Tiger Lily Foundation. And it was a black woman who found out she had breast cancer before she was 35. And she started a whole foundation to be a voice and be an advocate. And so I knew how this could disproportionately affect me at a very early age because I worked with the organization. And it's so crazy that here I am now 13 years later and boom, it's happened to me. So I do feel an obligation to share my journey, what that looks like and how I share it, definitely in my own way, in my own time, but I definitely feel an obligation to share. And that's what I'm going to do.